What's up guys, welcome to the video. Today's going to be a pool day, a little bit of mindset stuff, talking about the bodybuilding show at the end of the video. I'm actually doing the intro post-workout. I came straight from a meeting for my new job and I went straight to the gym, didn't have time to record the intro. It was a great workout, we're about to jump to that, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And I want to say we are about to start recording every single day, dropping a YouTube video once a week. So be prepared for that, and here's the video.
The more time you spend alone, you're going to figure out, okay, what your purpose is. And I say that because of this. God will talk to you. You start seeking in those moments of not having any outside distractions. What happens is things become clear. Clarity sets in. And you're able to make decisions not based on what you saw that day or what you heard that day or what that person may have said to you. You're able to make decisions based on how you feel internally, okay? So number one, we have time alone. Number two, spending time alone will clear your subconscious mind. One time in my life I felt that. What was my purpose? And sometimes you graduate out of high school, you look for that job, you look for that career, college, the degree, you still question, is this my purpose? I want to talk to you about the center, your purpose. One question that I always ask myself, even I would always ask myself, is your purpose. What's your purpose for living? Do you know your purpose? What you're created to do? Do you know what that is? A lot of people live their entire lives.
Alright guys, so we're back here behind the gym I go to. If you guys didn't know, I actually work at this gym as a personal trainer, and what a better spot to pose than right here. It's raining, or it was raining, it's dark outside. Should be pretty sick, so. But yeah, so we're gonna run through some poses. We're gonna do all the mandatories and then some classic poses. So starting off with the front relaxed. Quarter turn on the right. Now we have side chest. I've always had a hard time getting my hamstring to hang. I'm not sure if it's because it's small, but that's something I'm working on, is really dragging this hamstring across the other leg. All right, back double bi. These are in no specific order, this is just as they come up in my head, besides the mandatories. I mean, besides the quarter turns. Favorite classic, I'm either gonna do a front lat spread or the archer or teacup, whatever you want to call it. So first of all, front lat. Front double bi. Everybody's least favorite pose. It just makes you look small. we go. What's up, guys? So we just got back from the gym. I want to talk for a second about like my show that's coming up. Before I say that, the workout was great. I ended up doing back extensions as well, but I didn't record them. I had somebody call me during the workout. I'm really learning to, push myself even when, maybe I missed a meal and I have to eat it after my workout. So I'm like not on as much food, or I'm not fully hydrated, or, I just don't feel great. That's one thing that separates good and great, is when you're able to push yourself even when you don't feel good, even when you're tired, and, no matter what it is. That's one thing I'm learning, is that it's really important to do that if you want to grow, because anybody can go in there when they've had all their meals and they're hydrated and they slept 10 hours, anybody can do that. But what separates, the people that really take this far are the people that are able to, go in there and crush it every single day, no matter what happened outside the gym. But yeah, so if you guys don't know, I'm doing a bodybuilding show. It's in April 2026, so we're just under 29 weeks out. I want to talk about why I'm doing this show and what made me want to compete. Basically, I got into bodybuilding in March. My manager actually at work told me I had really good genetics and I should bodybuild, and ever since then, it's something that's always been in the back of my mind. I didn't really think it would be this soon. I thought, I would wait like 3 to 5 years, and obviously you do want your physique to improve every single year. You're going to put on more size every year. I don't want to wait 3, 5, 6 years to compete and find out that I don't even enjoy it. So that's why I'm doing a show earlier on. I'm really going to grow and get big these next couple months, and then prep is going to start in January. But I just want to prove to myself that I can do this, that I can go through prep, hop on stage, and just compete and just get my feet in the water and see if I even like it. We have a coach. We're doing classic physique. I'm just excited to enjoy the process. I know I've watched a lot of people go through bodybuilding shows, and one thing they say is that everyone wants to get to show day, and then they get to show day and they realized that's really not what it's about. It's really about the prep and the journey to get there. You're only on stage for a couple minutes, on that day. It's really about the work you put in the off season. I will be in the junior class, so I'm going to be going against people from age 20 to 23, because I turned 20 in January. The show's in April. So, I could get up there, be the smallest person, but I'm not really going up there to win. I'm going to be as competitive as possible. I'm going to bring my best package, but I'm not up there to compare myself to others. I know that's what the sport is to really see who can look the best, but it's my first show. I'm doing it for the experience. I'm going to bring my best package no matter what. Even if I do win, or even if I get last place, I'm doing this because I want to prove to myself that I can do this. I want to be real with you guys. I am pretty, I'm just going to admit it, I'm pretty lonely right now. After all my friends moved to college last year, some of my best friends I don't really talk to anymore because they got to college and make new friends, and that's not their fault. That's just life. I can get it. I totally understand from their point of view. But I will say, being the only one of my friend group that's still in my hometown, it's pretty rough. I don't hang out with anybody. I don't text anybody. I don't call anybody. I used to, and then I realized that I stopped reaching out to these people, and you just never hear from them again. I'm not going to say cut me off, but it was a slow drift, and now I just don't talk to them anymore. So it's been pretty rough, especially, when you're in high school, you feel like you're going to be friends with these people forever. But you have to learn when that's just not true. People aren't meant to stay in your life forever. It's either to teach you a lesson or, I don't know. After my best friend moved to college, I've been training alone for over a year now, a year and a half. Training alone isn't bad. It's fun sometimes, but after you do it for over a year, it really just kind of gets to, you see people when they're with their gym bro, girlfriend, boyfriend, no matter what it is, and they're training together, having a blast, having these great conversations between sets, and then I go in there and it's just me and my thoughts, which it really does get to me. I'm not going to lie to you. But that's one thing I see on social media recently, especially in the fitness industry, is that a lot of influencers, content creators aren't honest with their audience. Whether it's lying about taking gear or lying about, whatever. I feel like one thing I strive for is to be honest with my audience and my viewers, because not only to build a good reputation, but that's just one thing I believe in, is to not lie. And I feel like that's really going to take me far. It's just being authentic and being honest with the camera. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys and kind of explain to you guys where I'm at. It's a rough patch, but I know if I can, go through this off season, go through prep, and do a bodybuilding show, with pretty much little to no support, then I know I can do anything. God doesn't put you through anything that you can't handle. I don't know the verse specifically, but I know it says, if God is all you have all you need. And that's one thing that's like stuck in my head ever since I really sat down with myself and realized that I am alone. I will say my relationship with God isn't where it needs to be. I mean, obviously there's always room for improvement. We're not perfect, but I feel like if I can really take these next 6 months, get close with God, really work on myself, I can show up on stage knowing that I did it. I went through this. I went through this period of being alone and not having any support, and just really just me and God. And my goal is to move out. So if I can move out and like right after my show, I really don't want to go through all that while I'm on prep. So I'll probably try to move out in like May or June. If I can do that, the content is going to go crazy. Sometimes you just need a fresh start, and I feel like getting an apartment would be the perfect time for that. Open up coaching at the beginning of the year. Content would go crazy in my own place. I'm thinking about getting a 2-bedroom apartment. That way I have my own room, and then I have an office where I can do content, have a desk, whiteboard, whatever it is. I know I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but like I said, I just want to be real with you guys. I'm really locking in with content. I'm going to start posting a YouTube video every single week. Like, I'm going to go ahead and record tomorrow. I just wanted to be honest with y'all, let you know where I'm at. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I know the workout clips were short. I was pretty much in there and gone today. It wasn't a super long workout. I was tired. I had a meeting for my second job that I just picked up. So I appreciate y'all watching the video. And yeah, I will see y'all in the next one.